Hey there everyone on YouTube, it's Giles here. How are you guys doing? I hope you're doing well. Apologise, I'm laughing because I was just recording this video and it just started out like unceremoniously, no build up, no anything. I just came at you ranting about how miserable I've been this past week. That's on the account of the illness I've got. I told you, it's the flu or something. I don't know. I don't like it. And it stopped me working. I do graphics work and, trying to use your imagination when your brain is not functional at all is awful, and I'm just about coming back online now. I think over the weekend I'll be able to work on a comic that was supposed to be out on Tuesday. I can usually produce it in 2 days, so I'm hoping I can produce it over the weekend and then get the next one out the days after, just make them back to back. Because unfortunately, it's punching a week's hole in my earnings, and I get paid in arrears. So, like next week, I've got to try and get back on it with very little money. When the whole irony is that this whole project that I'm doing on the weekly basis, it's like it's getting better like every week. It is. Oh, it's like the light at the end of the tunnel. It's fantastic. But I keep having to remember that. It's like struggling to earn from a living from doing art or any type of creativity online is it's been such a struggle for me for so many years, and I feel like now I'm actually there. I've got this bloody awful illness to stop me, and I am not man-fluing you. This is the worst cold I've ever had. I have never in my life had a cold this bad. It's like I've never had a cold that starters. I've never had a cold that's still like at the peak of its powers a week later. I've never had that. Usually I have like 2-3 days are the worst days, but it's gone on the whole week. I mean, it's Friday now, and it was peaking last Friday, and I was sort of like, I mean, I know that I'm getting better, but it's just very slow. I'm not used to it being like this, and like Tuesday and Wednesday, my brain just wasn't functioning. I went out for a walk and I ended up turning back because I suddenly had this feeling of like I really shouldn't be out right now. Like this is really quite daft of me, and yeah, it's not fun, and it's I think even if money wasn't involved, it's just a general feeling of pessimism, But like everything has been pushed back. That there was stuff for my little coin collection that I was supposed to be getting, and I've had to put that off because it's because I can buy the stuff, but I can't afford it, if you know what I mean. And all it is I'm looking for at the moment is another load of those. So get another stack of those. And I want to get some binders as well. Binders and you can get I don't know what you call them now. They're a little bit like Polly Pockets, just sectioned off into. You've seen those. It's like those pages, the little pockets for the coins, except they're A4 size and they fit in a ring binder. And I'll be doing that because some of the coins are at that stage where there's enough of them to start building a chronological order of them. I opened a new YouTube channel for the coins. Link will be in if I can say the word, the link will be there. Link will be in the description. And I decided to call the channel Fool's Treasury in the end. Fool's Treasury. Playing on the Fool's Gold, playing on myself being a fool, because it's a hobby that I'm new to. And also, I think, long term, no matter how brainy I get about coins, always want to keep yourself humble. But do you know what? This is like how bad I am. I spent 2 hours this morning making the logo for Fool's Treasury, and it looked really good. It was a hybrid between me and AI, because I got AI to sort of do the drafts, and then I was doing photoshopping. It ended up being quite heavy photoshopping in the end, which is for the best when you're working with AI. And I finished it, and I sat back and I was like, well, that looks perfect, except it's fool's gold. My brain had just, despite the fact that I've been set on the name Fool's Treasury for days, I literally finished the logo with the completely wrong name. And it's hard to just correct it, because it's a coin. All the lettering is it goes around. It took me a long time to position it perfectly, and then to make it all blend in perfectly and look like it belonged to the coin, and all that sort of stuff. So I've just said bollocks very loudly and said many swear words, and just scrapped it for now. I just used a really basic picture of some happy little money for the new channel. I recorded a very small video, just a hello, I'm Giles video. So if you're interested, you can go down to Fool's Treasury. That means that there'll be no more coin-related videos on this channel. They'll all be made over there. So that's good. It feels like, despite the fact that I feel like arse, feels like there's been some kind of progress going on. Another thing that I feel I've been swindled out of, another one of those things that I could buy but I can't afford on account of falling behind and everything, is the clay, air dry clay, because I worked this out the other day. I was talking to you guys about the skeleton party project, and how I was thinking of how to portray the sets, thinking of using AI for that, but I've decided against it, because skeleton party, you're not gonna, it's gonna be hard for you to get your head around it until I actually show it to you. But it depicts a very macabre world, a very sort of world full of skulls and road. I mean, there's like a whole story called the Road of Bones, Contract City, which is like the main city of the story. It's all like walls and miles of just skulls and bones everywhere. And I thought it would be cool to actually sculpt it myself, to get into, it's a new hobby to unlock. So I might be doing some of those videos, just some sculpting videos, but I've had to postpone it all. And I you probably tell from my tone in this video, I am genuinely a bit bummed right now. Like it's like things, like everything was so set up to move forward so smoothly, and I'm sure you probably experienced this at some point in your life, where like you're setting up new things and you're lining things up, and then you get ill, and it's like I can't describe it, because it's obviously it's not the end of the world, like if everything that's good right now, I mean, I talk about earnings. I'm really thankful. My earnings, they're record high at the moment. They are record high with minimum effort. That's as good as it gets. Like it's record high, minimum effort, highest quality. That's the promised land. But because it's a groove that I've hit in the past 2 months. It's still new to my long-term memory, and so I have to keep running those rails to assimilate it officially and fully, beg your pardon. And so I'm like, this is making me grind my teeth, the fact that I can't sort of just get on with it. And you probably hear how bad I still am. Like, I'm talking and I'm running out of oxygen with every sentence I'm talking. You know, there's a walk I do every morning. It's just like, it's not that far. It's just like, actually, I don't know how far it is. Maybe a mile, like a short mile. That makes no sense. That's like a short meter. a brisk mile, we'll call it that. On the way back, I have to go up a little hill. I'm used to this little hill, but it's gassing me every time. I was like wheezing just after taking the bins out earlier. This is a gnarly illness. I don't realise it's probably COVID, but I also don't care if it's COVID or not. You know, it's an illness, it's a flu, it's a bad. I've got a bad, and the sooner it goes, the better. I skipped Dungeons and Dragons for this shit. That's and a friend of mine was going to teach me guitar, so I've skipped learning the guitar. Like all this expansion that I'm going through right now. Coins, sculpting, playing the guitar. I'll be skipping violin lessons next because I've got diarrhea. Yeah. you never know, you know. The silver lining is that all these things are really good. I'm trying to take some solace. All these things are really good. Everything is going incredibly well right now. I'm just ill. That's like, I'm having to repeat that in my head because, you know, when you try and earn off your own back doing like art and stuff like that, you are so used to getting kicked in the bollocks and getting nothing for it, and you're just so used to getting the shit kicked out of you that pessimism becomes just it's just absolute almost muscle memory. You know, you're like, well, it's me, of course everything's going to go to shit. But so I have to sit there repeating to myself, everything has not gone to shit. Things are better than they have ever been. You are just unwell right now. You know, I have to like go over and over in my head. And I realise, you know, I probably sound quite melodramatic, but you don't know how long this has gone on for. My point is, everything is going well. I just needed to, you know, express myself. So if you're interested in the coins and stuff, go and follow my new coin channel. And do you know what? That'll do my soul a bit of good, actually, because when I put out a coin-based video on this channel, I have absolutely no idea who of my subscribers is or isn't interested in those videos. So this is a great way to siphon it all off. But once we've done that, I don't know when the sculpting videos will begin, because I imagine as I'm trying to picture the future, I reckon next week my pay will nothing expendable will be attached to it. You know, it'll be like, as soon as I've got it, it's all got to go on all of those things that I couldn't get the previous week. But the one after that, magic. Anyway, I hope you're all doing well, and I was about to wish you a Merry Christmas, but you'll see me before then. Take care, and I'll talk to you guys very soon. See you later.